I want to talk to you about mindset, as I think it's one of the biggest things that kind of somewhat almost gets overlooked. It's becoming more and more relevant, and it's something that kind of like this time, even 2 years ago, I didn't really hear many people talking about. But it's become more and more popular, and I think it is a big element of running your own business and stuff like that, and also the growth that that allows you to do, and removing some of those limiting beliefs. So I'm just going to run you through some of the stuff that's worked for me. This isn't a promise that it'll be amazing for you guys, but this has really been a big needle mover for me, and I kind of want to show you what that looks like.
Hello, my name's Daniel Spence and I run Automation X, which is an automation agency that builds really cool automations and lead generation.
So, um, first thing to talk about is what actually is mindset. Mindset's just kind of like how your thoughts are framed almost. It's about setting your mind up in a way that it's able to help propel you in the right direction and not hold you back. I think that's really the biggest fundamental thing. One of the best ways to do this is with limiting beliefs. So this is a process of basically writing out all of your beliefs, every single one of them. Sit and write them out. If you believe that it's really difficult to book appointments, which isn't the case, then you're going to find it really difficult to book appointments. Which sounds kind of crazy, but if you genuinely think appointments are easy to book, or sales calls are easy, and like I'm really good at closing them, like even if you have to be a little bit deluded about that, your universe is going to show you what you're looking for. So I know that sounds crazy, but if you just think like, oh, I'm not good at this, I can't close anyone, I'm just like, I don't know what I'm doing, I just really struggle with X, Y, and Z. Like, even your self-talk is not going to help you get there. Whereas if you can be like, yeah, I'm really good at this, follow me for loads more tips. Like, I'm absolutely brilliant at it. First off, your brain is rewarded by that. And also, you like doing things that you're good at. So by doing them more, you only get better. So it's kind of like putting yourself mentally further down the track than you are. So when you get to that point, you're still like another 20 meters ahead. And it constantly just feels like you're moving forwards and kind of like developing to that next level, even though technically it's all just up here. But everything's all just up here. That's the whole entire point. Once you've got these written down, then you can go and do the flip of them. So, for example, like one of my limiting beliefs was that I caught myself going, oh, I hope this person doesn't turn up for this sales call. I've got so much to do. I'd really like, if they didn't show up, that'd be great. That means I've got an hour that I can crack on. And then people like wouldn't show up, and I'd be like, oh, brilliant, I'll just crack on. And I caught myself doing that. I'm like, how am I supposed to sell to these people if they don't turn up for my sales calls? So I shifted that whole entire mindset. And now it's a case of like, I wrote this down that just like, people owe me their time. If they book in for a sales call, they owe me that time. And now it's like, I hound people if they don't show up. And my show up rate's been incredibly better. And it could just be a sheer coincidence. However, I'm fairly sure it's not. Just because you frame it in the right way. Yeah, so I hope that makes sense. But really, it's just about kind of like writing that down. And it might be like, I don't know, 50k is a lot of money. Like if you can, if you're scared of making 50 grand a month, then how the hell are you ever supposed to? Genuinely. Follow me for loads more tips. Like, so to write down 50k a month is like okay, like it's not a lot of money. 50k a month's easy. 10k a month's easy. 5k a month's easy. But whatever it is, but you're always going to fall to where you're kind of limited by. Like it took me ages to get, well, not ages, it was less than 6 months to get to 10k a month. But that's just because I had these beliefs around it that it would be hard and that all of this. But really, 10k a month is 10 clients paying you £1,000 a month, which is so easy. It's 5 clients paying you £2,000 a month. Like, it's so achievable. So achievable. So yeah, just think about it. Write down all of your beliefs, and then any of them that you think like, this is holding me back, and go through and swap them. But also kind of do it from a, break it down and niche down what it is that you're doing. Like if you're helping, I don't know, if you want to analyze the, I don't know, making money element or your business, or even like just sales as a general, you'll have loads of beliefs just around that. So go in and analyze those and work out what it is that's holding you back in that department. I probably wouldn't sit down and do like, oh, what's my limiting beliefs? Because it might be a case that I believe that going to the pub on a Friday night's really bad and that you just sit there and lose your life. But really, is that going to hold me back from getting to where I want to be? Is that really a belief I want to change? Do you know what I mean? It might be my beliefs about politics or something like that. Like, does it matter? What's going to actually move the needle? Where are you bottlenecked, and how can you remove that with just simply doing this? And then once you've got them all written out, you've written out the opposite. So people aiming their time if they show up for the sales calls. 50k a month isn't a lot of money, and it's really easy. Follow me for loads more tips, stuff like that. Sit and read them every single day, twice a day at least. You might end up with a big list. Mine's 2 pages long. But I'm trying to like change a lot of beliefs, and to be fair, there's stuff that after a while, like you leave in, and it's like, yeah, I want to keep this, because if you shift your beliefs permanently, like that's better than just being like, oh, I can change this and then move it back. They got to the point where we were booking too many appointments, so I removed this from belief about appointments, removed it, and then like slowly over the next 2 months that number rolled back down. So now it's a non-negotiable. Like it's easy for me to book appointments. It is in there because it is, and I want to keep it that way. I hope that makes sense. Manifestation's the other side of it. So this is a process of actually visualizing and seeing where you want to be. Ideally, you want to actually like physically feel it, like get excited about it. How would you feel if you were sent £50,000 to your bank account? Like, how would that feel? What would that change? What would that look like? It might be a case of you telling your mum and dad, like, look, I've made it to 10k a month, like, showing them a Stripe screenshot. Like, refreshing Stripe in front of your mum and dad and being like, look, I made it. But whatever it is, like, if that's really what you want to be visualizing, how would that feel? How exciting would that be? How much closer to where you want to be with that feel? And like, sit and visualize it. And the science behind it all is that your brain can't tell the difference between what's real and what's not, or at least your subconscious can't. So like your memories and dreams and stuff like that are all like defined in your subconscious as like as the same thing. It can't work out which is which. So it gives you the beautiful opportunity where you can show your brain that you're doing these things, and it's like, hold on a minute, we're making all of this money, but now when I log into my laptop and check my Stripe, I've got no money in it. But yesterday we had 50k in it. How does that work? And your brain tries to move you towards. Follow me for loads more tips. The other position, and you start acting in a way where you're already making 50k a month. Like the person who's trying to make 50k a month, there's very different things to the person making 50k a month, and you want to be doing those activities because that's what the person who's making 50k a month does. Yeah, I think that makes sense, but it's just basically the process of tricking your brain into being like, I'm already here, so there's no reason to stress or worry or anything because I'm already there. I think that makes sense. But just like, I think if I boil this down a bit more, it's just play out the scene. Sit there and visualize the scene of being like, okay, what does this look like? What do I do? What does it feel like? What happens? And just play out a scene and just do it on repeat. And just no, you can do 1, you can do 10. I would probably, the less you do, the better. But there might be a couple of places that you want to sort out. Like one of mine's around appointment booking and good reviews from customers and stuff like that. Because if we get good reviews, our product's clearly really good, and then we'll get loads of business in from that as well. So that's what I'm visualizing. How does that feel when one of your clients says, Dan, this is amazing, here's a testimonial video, or whatever. Yeah. Okay, so techniques for effective manifestation. So setting intentions, once again, this kind of links back to limiting beliefs and everything else. Where do you want to be? What does it look like? And ideally, you want these visualizations to be the same every single day until you hit it. Follow me for loads more tips. You sit and just do it. Spend 5 minutes on it. It doesn't need to be long. If you've only got one, then just sit and do one. And imagine what it's like when you're making that 10k a month, and like you're just reprogramming your mind to live in that end state, which then means you can do the actions to get there. Affirmations is part of it, so this might be like money flows to me easily. I'm a money magnet, and like visualizing hiding cash, like stacking cash in whole entire drawers and stuff like that. If you've seen the scene out of American Made with Tom Cruise, and he's hiding money in hat boxes and stuff like that, that's what I visualize. It's like all of this money just everywhere. Like you open any drawer, it's just full of cash. There's nothing else in there. And just all of this. Like, look, I'm smiling just thinking about it. Like, that's how you want to be feeling. And like, yeah, you're gonna open that drawer tomorrow and it's still gonna be full of socks. But like, sit and reprogram your mind to be like, yeah, look, I've got these drawers full of cash. I've got that car that I want on the drive. You can visualize these things because they'll help you get there. And I've added this in purely to kind of point out the fact that you do actually still need to do this. Like you can't just sit and be like, yeah, I'm gonna be a millionaire. I'm gonna be a millionaire. Oh, brilliant! Let me check the bank. Oh no, like you need to actually work towards this, but it's more about using this to then frame your brain in a way that means that you end up with the right wiring in your brain to make the right decisions to get you to where you want to be. That's what this really all boils down to, at a fundamental level. Okay, and then constantly update this. So you might want a document. It needs to be like an A4 piece of paper, and that's it. Write out all of your limiting beliefs. Sit and read them every day, and read them, believe them. Just by doing enough reps of that, you'll get it covered, no problem. And then consistently update it when you feel like you've surpassed that, and sit every now and then and reflect on like, okay, what is it that is holding me back? Why am I struggling with X, Y, and Z? And sit and look at your beliefs, because there will be something in there that's holding you back. There absolutely will. So yeah, just make the most of that, and then over time there will be things that change. There will be things that you want to keep in there forever. But yeah, I hope that's helpful. Any questions, just let me know.
Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe.